Edward Yu and Omay Venus, but there's not much about their coaching staff. So maybe let's pick a man Gene Sprain here because you were able to talk to MTB and Dexstar.
Yeah.
Maybe later on, as I think that we will be looking at Flux Impunity with Sunshine, Kazue, Alien, Kira, and Apex. Yeah, MTB and Dexstar. What will be their contribution to the team?
Yeah, so back in the Philippines, I was talking to Dexstar because we had a show match project, right?
Yeah.
And he told me that the other teams, they need to be ready for Blacklist.
Yeah.
Because they reserved a lot.
Hey guys, what's up? So we're back again, and this time it's gonna be Blacklist and FIMP, which is Turkey. Turkey being actually, if you remember from M4, Turkey was saying that their ideal or the team that they idolize is actually Blacklist. And if you remember from M4, they were the Turkey team was actually being described as like a mini Blacklist. So it's really gonna be fun to watch these two teams fight. Hey guys, what's up? We're back. Yeah, Severus Mobile Legends, what's up? Yasha Vardan, Aaron John Mercado, ZX Annie, Rebecca, Tentacle Games, Vinchel YT. So I bet the team FIMP, which is Team Turkey, is really looking forward on this fight. I mean, they based on their interview from M4, they were saying that they idolize the Blacklists. Also Venus, specifically Venus. So it's like fighting your idols, right? Gerald, Fate, Paya, Mempris, Cheeseburger, CJ, Iron, Pacaldo, thank you for being here again. Man, look at their stats. Diablo. Too bad Diablo lost that one though. C-Cat. Shout out to Jitan, Hard Killer. How does the saying goes? Work so hard that your idols becomes your rivals or something to that effect. So that's definitely Team Turkey right now against Blacklist. It's gonna be good if somehow Team Turkey, I mean FIMP manages to win on this one. But based on the last performance of Blacklist, man, you can really tell that Blacklist is here for business. They dominated their last match on the third day of MSC. Thank you, Vulcan. Yeah, those shorts are funny. The scripts and the voices. Who's better, Terizla or Dirot? That's a bit situational. Terizla or Dirot? Dirot. It depends on what hero you're up against and your synergy with your other teammates. For 1v1, usually Dirot, right? But for Terizla, Terizla has a different role to play during team fights. Who voices the shorts? It's AI. Some AI, some real voices. But most of it is AI. Mirashan, what's up? Hello, welcome back. What's up, Mirashan? Charles Esmer. Is Fireflux strong? Not. Do you want to see Blacklist win this one? I would like to see actually FIMP winning this one. Like I said, we love underdogs taking the spotlight, and definitely Blacklist versus FIMP. FIMP is the underdog on this one. But like I said, man, Blacklist is in a different condition based on their previous matches. They owned those 3 games, although on the second game, their opponent was able to pull a split push or slash backdoor. Do you have a vlog channel? We used to have a vlog channel on Elgin and the Boys video, but we had to stop it because there were a lot of work on the Mobile Legends, so we had to stop our vlogs on Elgin and the Boys. But we're actually starting it up again. We're we're gonna start up our vlog again on Elgin and the Boys channel, if you guys know the channel. But we have uploaded a lot of videos and vlogs on the channel before. Elgin, is there a female player here, or it's all boys? It's all boys. I think it's actually allowed to have female players. It's just that no female players, for some reason, have joined these tournaments. But it's not really all boys. I think I miss LG News. I know, right? I also miss writing the script and doing the LG News animation. Those naughty news. Hot babes. Well, we were putting a lot of naughty stuff on those LG News. There's a female coach, yeah. Maralex is being nerfed. Nah, it's just being hidden so that we'd get more excited on the... Oh yeah, the poll. So that we'd get more excited on the M5. It's a... Wait, I'm gonna start a poll. Game 1. Game 1. Blacklist. Oh, wait. Game 1. Who will win? Who will win? Wait, I'm typing out the poll. Blacklist or your mom? Well, Fimp. Who will win? Game 1. Blackpink, Blacklist, or Fimp. Here we go. Your opinion. Oh, here we go. Drafting phase. I'm gonna shut up for now because we're gonna listen to this shoutcaster's thoughts on the draft pick. I'm gonna minimize my small weird face. Put it Blackpink. Speak Tagalog, Boss Elgin. Well, some of the viewers are not from PH. That's why I do vote for the new emblem system because, you know, we need the new emblem system for the game not to be stagnant. We need new changes in the game. We need the game to evolve so that it can... I know some of you guys are more comfortable with the old emblem system, but we need those new stuff for the game to not stagnate. I'm gonna shut up, okay, guys. Let's listen to the shoutcasters. Within this month is the new system, 22 or 27. Okay, guys.
They can reserve the Digi.
Oh,
Okay. Speaking of the devil,
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
it's the devil's egg, bro.
Talk about negative synergy here.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. FIMP. How do you deal with this? What do you think have they prepared?
Personally, I think maybe FIMP might have taken a couple of pointers here. Wow, 103% pick and ban rate. That's a number I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But I was considering maybe as their final pick of the first phase, potentially looking at the Claude. It's one of the few heroes that has actually taken a game off of Blacklist International.
That's right. But there's a big straight up chance that Blacklist might pick it up since they're facing Eve and Glue.
Yeah.
That could be a potential. But yeah, what else do you think the Blacklist International will answer this time?
There is a very high chance that they will want to answer high ground to high ground, getting a Fasa into their mix. In the meantime, getting a couple, probably just prioritizing a pick for hours. You know, someone that can really hold on to the fight a little bit longer.
Ooh. I mean, we're already getting the Fredrin as well as the Valentina. If we're talking about getting a high ground alt like Eve, might as well just copy it, but still scale even harder.
Okay, there's the Fredrin. This is pretty much a standard Blacklist draft, especially with US special Valentina. Weiss has yet to lose a single Turbo Lord Retribution battle yet.
Really?
Wow.
Wait.
On the Fredrin.
That's a stat that we weren't aware of.
No, I don't think it's on the Fredrin. Yeah. I think it's generally, as jungler, no one beat Weiss on the Retribution battles.
That's even crazier then. I mean, people are calling him King of the Jungle as we know him as Psycho Fredrin with how much he just runs down. Literally, some Dio energy, walk up to me and I'll take you out. But we're seeing that also the FIMP are trying to make sure that they can look for that one shot. We're not talking about CC, we're talking about just raw damage. And I think that the Amon in these positions can be a little awkward, especially in knowing how assassin matchups in the jungle deal against tank matchups.
Personally love the AA Mon here for sure because it has a lot of burst. The AA Mon. And now the Joy has been banned out. No, typically people will look into the VY's duo, the tandem, but sometimes they look at the Edward. Abstract, how do you feel about the draft so far?
Honestly, one thing that I really like about seeing teams going up against Blacklist International is that they know that Oh My Venus can't play super aggressive all the way in the early stages of the game, right? When you pick up an assassin jungler, you would expect the opponents to go for Hilda, for example, right? Super aggressive right off the bat. And then FIMP knows that this is not gonna be an option. Picking up an Amon right here, it may very well be one of the best answers to deal with this Diggy.
No? Isn't it far too early to pick up the AA Mon, however?
Yeah, I personally think that is really showing it really early on might be a mistake.
I think it's not a mistake, especially for
Okay.
FIMP, because they have shown it in the group stages.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
if this was hidden from everybody in the group stages, sure. The thing is, they have picked it up, and they know, Blacklist knows that Amon is one of the comfort picks from Cura, because you also saw this back in M4.
That's right.
So, I am looking at FIMP. I really, really like the drafts in the second phase coming out from them, right? They are really just trying to nail Edward down.
Yeah.
And I think this has been one of the key ways, main win conditions from Echo as to how they beat them in MPLPH Grand Finals.
The thing that you pointed it out because that's what we saw with the bans. And I think imagine, you know this, targeting Edward might have been the way to go for teams to defeat Blacklist.
They need to shut down Agent Zero, I think, so that Blacklist cannot pop it up or
Pop it up.
that's what you call him, right?
Yeah.
Because he brings the aggression in the team.
I think targeting onto Edward is definitely one of the best ways, but also one of the most difficult ways, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Edward has such a wide hero pool. Right off the bat, I'm looking at Joy and Benedetta. It all makes sense. In the meantime, I'm also looking at Lapu Lapu. I'm also looking at Yu Zhong, both of which are such perfect play for Blacklist International to really come up to deal with this Eve.
I mean, they're trying to make sure that they don't exactly have the easiest backline access, right? At least trying to make a decent matchup. Like, they're banning out Benedetta. If they were really worried about reliable backline access, they get rid of the Yuzong. They just want to slow them down. If it's about Blacklist International, it's about coordinated team plays. 5v5s, in a matter of fact. Now, we're seeing that the Lapu Lapu is getting chosen here. I'm curious to see what marksman Owl wants to play. Carry looks good, but there's still an assassin. Brody, wow, really wants to win that lane.
Pretty much comfort, huh?
Yeah. Thing is, this is a skill matchup, though. Brody versus Beatrix isn't, black and white here, especially for the Beatrix right now. The fact that the Brody has kind of been nerfed, not because the Brody's been nerfed, but because some of the items, defensive items, has been buffed, especially with the steel leg plates becoming just the norm now in the gold lane. Brody certainly loses a lot of kill pressure.
I think FIMP, they need someone to set up for the Beatrix.
But is this a setup that you need?
Okay,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay.
This is
Let's
kind
leave it
of
at that.
like toe tactic going on
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. I saw Gideon. Gideon's reaction was like, Diggy
Hilda.
and Hilda. So many teams have tried Hilda against Diggy of Blacklist International. Not everything worked. We see the audience prediction.
Bleeding red.
It's bleeding red. Blacklist International favored in this. And
Turkey.
Oh,
FIMP, 88% as expected. The draft has been laid out. Let's ask Manjin one last time when it comes to the draft. Many teams have tried Hilda versus Diggy against Blacklist International. Didn't work. Do you think that this will be a game that FIMP can win?
This is so risky. I think the Amon third pick is a risky pick.
Okay.
But they want to secure it. But I don't trust the Hilda. It
Okay.
failed back in the group stages.
Yeah.
So I think we all know the script already. Blacklist will win, but I'm simping for Pimp, bro.
Okay, very well. Abstract, take it away.
ladies and gentlemen, as we make our way in to the land of dawn, who's the one that will come up early? Is it gonna be the Ube team, or would it be the aggressive Turkey?
Well, let's see how this early game actually goes out. I mean, if Yue ends up dying here, that's probably going to be a very clear victory towards Blacklist International. But knowing how, to FIMP. But generally speaking, the way that we should be looking at this is especially when it comes down to these neutral objectives, right? Hilda is not really going to participate in the majority of these team fights, but is then looking for information, trying to make sure that Blacklist International, especially for their mid laner Yue, to continuously be pulled to a different direction.
I mean, when we are looking at Edward, he is the master of his lane. The least amount of death amongst all the players. And I gotta have to say, Edward, he knows exactly what he's looking out for. In this current lane matchup, he doesn't really want to go to all-out aggressive against the Glue, but really just all about the lane priority and wanting to get back with his entire team.
Yeah, actually. Speaking of which, I mean, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks from that Todak against Echo matchup and Blacklist matchup. And honestly, when I see this Hilda into the Diggy, and especially with Oh My Venus playing on that impure range, you know that the Queen just wants to stack.
Okay, well, right now there's a taunt already. Wise gonna be able to dish some damage out right there, but Endless Shards actually connects onto Edward, who just soaks it in. No damage, just practically tickles him. As both teams just disengage, not wanting to go for a skirmish, but just as I say it, Alien's gonna be engaged on Alien, jumping back with the slam, bash, but Alien's gonna be stunned up, and the Bravest Fighter, the Abrasion's cracked as well. First blood for Edward. Kura, terrified up, trying to run away as Apex 47 tries his best to distract, to get him out of there right now, but it's gonna be chain CC by the Fredrin. The sprint is not ready, and it's gonna be Blacklist International with a clean 2-0 start.
Now this is when we talk about lane matchup, especially micro. The fact is that Edward was already level 4, and unfortunately Blue was not in that same position. If you had the split, maybe something else, the occurrence could have been a little different, but the fact that they got 2 of those kills so early on, and a free neutral objective, that's gonna be an early goal for Blacklist International to start pressing the advantage against some of the stronger lanes.
Kira didn't even have his ultimate for that fight, unfortunately due to the fact that the Lapu pretty much quote-unquote baited it out and managing to dash out of the way right before the final shots hits it. So honestly, Kira not exactly very good for that fight.
You can already see as well here, Wise trying to go for it. That's a red streak by Kira to secure it. The overrun manipulation and Endless Shards locks Wise down. The mobility fuel is right there, but the time journey locks him, gives him some space to escape. Wise is gonna fall. Kazoo picks up the kill as Alien rotates all around, but it's gonna be killed here by the Bravest Fighter. A Terrify as well, but Alien almost gets out, just barely, but Yue. Brilliant micro mechanics.
Great job from Yue. I think he needed to make sure that that kill went back. If not, that lane would have been very, very skewed. And also, it allows him to kind of recover a little bit of that early game damage. Regardless, at the end of the day, when we're looking at the items, and more importantly, when we're starting looking at the emblems at this stage of the game, we hope that Kira is able to scale super fast. Because eventually, Wise is going to be able to get Radiant Armors, able to get Twilight Armors even. Oh, a quick steal!
FIMP is still sticking over to their MO. With this lineup, they can afford to be playing very aggressively. Despite losing in the, or rather despite only having a 2-kill deficit, they still want to occupy the opponent's base as much as possible. They still want to inhibit the control of Wise as the main frontliner.
Especially the fact that they were able to burn a battle spell, a very important one at that as well. Venus, the way he was able to utilize this Diggy up against Todak was getting in the right places at the right time with the Flicker. Now, Turtle's gonna be spawning in that Flicker is going to be on cooldown.
So the clutch is disabled on this car, but at the end of the day, Oh My Venus just has to position a little bit more dangerously, right? Alien's totally fine. He's come to a point in the game where it's not Whoa!
Wow, Kira even doesn't deal enough damage to take Venus down. Time Journey pop, the shielding is enough to get him out of there as Kira tries his best to start this turtle. Retribution not available for Wise, but it is for Kira. But it seems like Flux Impunity do not have that right now. Apex 47 is hunting Venus down. But it's going to be locked down, forced to use the sprint. It might just be a free kill over, and it will. The time bomb, the alarm bomb in the bush. This finds the kill back, and it's Blacklist once again with that lead.
I mean, I respect that. You know, Apex 47 wanted to go super aggressive, and we talked about the fact that Apex 47 is not afraid. In fact, the whole entire FIMP seems like they're not afraid.
And the Shards, you may need to be afraid as Edward jumps in on their turret. Kira is able to utilize the invisibility. Here, Wise will pick up that Retribution onto the turtle. Neutral objectives so far going all the way to Blacklist International.
Kira's got to be real careful there. He should not have lived that at all. The fact that he went back in to greed out one auto attack nearly costed him his life. I think that's going to stick with him for now. In terms of item power spike, we are seeing the Dominance Ice as well as the Ice Queen Swan coming out of Kazuya. So it's going to help him really start chasing. But again, we're looking for that opening from FIMP.
I think that's a very fine line between, you know, respecting the opponents and being aggressive, right? Because FIMP, I don't know where they are threading right now. They would want to squeeze a little bit of hits in, they would want to really overextend themselves, but somehow they're not exactly punished.
Oh, Kira is being punished though. While you say that, Edward and Wise were able to just invade in the jungle. Now Apex 47, he might be a Hilda, but with those stacks in, Owl might just be able to slay him without the torn apart memory. That's a lot of damage from the Brody in the 5th minute of the game. Completely snowballing, 7-1.
Yeah, they knew this rotation was going to happen. They already initiated one of their own to make sure that they are on the top side of the map, but you don't want to see this because it feels like right now, FIMP, whatever they do, they seem to almost be making the blunder, right? But Blacklist are the ones who are increasing the tempo. They are the ones, and especially with Psycho Fredrin, really pushing the pace.
The tempo is really working very well from the side of Blacklist International, right? Most, if not all, of their players from their side is levels above of FIMP. There is definitely quite a disparity going on, despite Edward just holding down to his lane. Alien and Kira still want to go in for a block proxy in order to go for a little bit of off-tempo.
And the charge, well, Edward just takes it. It does no damage to Edward in the early game all the way now. You can see the defensive items for Edward is really, really paying off.
Yep, it's coming into effect, and that's why you need to make sure. Radiant Armor is honestly a really good buy. Some people even decide to go, depending on what the composition is, but we'll see the items in just a little bit as they've already lost a topside turret. This turtle basically a non-contestion.
Pretty sure that the robe is currently available for the side of Edward. He's been tanking all of that and doesn't seem like it's much of a problem. Blacklist International, they understand that the turtle is already working towards their favor. They have the priority at that. Then, of course, jumping onto the jungle is what they want to go for.
Bravest fighter from Edward! All the way to the back, even! Kazooie! It's gonna be taken down, now the top side, that's gonna be Snipe coming down, but Owl's still able to escape into one of our memory. One more shot! Owl escapes! Blacklist are stomping on FIMP.
Not giving them any opportunity. Apex is gonna get cancelled, and this is just brutal. Sunshine needs to run, but even then, he's stuck.
Oh, Venus there, that's gonna be Flicker. Venus Flicker is out as well. Sunshine! How did he do that? He finds a double kill. Finally, he's going to be punished by Blacklist International with Owl flickering forward. No, he just dashed in front with that torn apart memory. But man, that's a mistake that we rarely see.
It's fine. They can recover from this. Blacklist is still at a 3.8k lead.
It's an island-wide coverage. We're looking at advances in the top lane. We're looking at advances in the objective. Blacklist International is still sticking true to what they want, and that is objective games over and over again. Yes, Sunshine may have outplayed them. Yes, he's just going to do what he can. Even expanded the flicker to get the kill on the Venus. Hewitt just couldn't do much from that point.
Really unfortunate, honestly. Like, towards the end there, you can see that it's clear that everybody's cooldowns were were basically done for, and they just have to wait it out. Unfortunately, that's when you see Sunshine flickering forward to create that space and forcing at least for Yue to use his own to trade.
For the siege gets too much for them though. Blacklist International are completely utilizing this Brody, and Alien is gonna be stunned up, and this should be him taken down without the torn apart memory. Utilizing the Brody so well in this game.
It's pretty much all of the first tier defense towers that has been taken down. Blacklist International will get full control of the river line, and the Lord will be popping out in 50 seconds. FIMP will want to reclaim this.
That's a taunt. Kazooie gonna be locked down, doesn't have, he goes for the flicker anyways, but Edward chases him down with the bravest fighter. 5.5k gold lead when Edward does this much. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, honestly, this is just a massacre, right? Every single time Cura's buffs start coming up, about to spawn Blacklist, have already pushed out the waves. They are literally 10 seconds ahead of FIMP with a lot of the motions that they're making, sometimes earlier than they're supposed to be.
Renner's apathy, why is just being that Psycho Fredrin in the front. Taunting Alien up, that's gonna be Edward with the bravest fighter. He's gonna be disintegrated. An Owl in the back is gonna be slain by the assassin Cura, but the endless charge was stolen away by Yue. Now it's giving the real world manipulation. Sunshine gonna be able to dish out some damage, but Wise takes him out. Yue is looking for a maniac! Yue! He got it! A maniac! A savage is waiting in the base, but Kazooie, he's gonna be denying it away from Yue.
Yep, can't do any more than that. Maniacs is all we're getting here at MSC. So close to Savages, but no way to secure that pie. Now, as we look at this game, I think FIMP, unfortunately, yes, that was the correct motion. Cura is looking for that backline, looking to one-shot Owl as quickly as possible. But even then, the trades are so efficient, and with how the early game was actually played by Blacklist International, they maintained their lead. Even if they were at a 2k lead, it would only give them, what, 1,500 gold? Let's look at the replay one more time, because as we see Cura finding the angle on the left side of the map and even getting the flicker out of Owl, he one-shots him, but he's so out of position that there's nothing much much they can really do. And as FIMP looking to trade back, they are behind. They are so far behind, in fact.
It's really unfortunate that Beatrix thought that he would be safe within the RWM, and I totally understand, right? You brought down the win condition on the side of Blacklist International. There's not going to be a lot of threat. But one thing that FIMP forgot is the fact that there is a 7k deficit.
And the fact that Yue can just steal the endless shards. You want to burst me? Nah, if I'm ahead, I'm bursting your team.
One shot me, one shot you. Doesn't matter who's gonna go down first. This inhibitor's mine.
An eye for an eye for 2 for a 2. FIMP is ready to defend this as much as they can, as Alien is just gonna be getting shot.
Oh, they can't even defend. Edward! He gets a 2-man stun and Yue follows it up instantly in the back, finding a double kill as RWM comes down to lock Apex 47. Owl, one more shot, but Apex is able to escape that real-world manipulation from Kazue. That's the only thing that can stop them in a way. He's coming down as he's able to actually immobilize it, but look at the damage coming from Owl, melting down. Apex 47 like it's nothing. Now to Endless Charge, doing nothing to Wise. He walks back up. Hero's looking for a kill right now. He jumps in, but it's a bait! It's a bait, and it's a time journey to lock him up. 11 minutes is all Blacklist needs. First against Kodak, now against Flux Impunity.
Great cleanup overall, efficient trades, and the best part, their communication still in tip-top shape. Their baits towards the end. Was that absolutely necessary? Not at all. But they did.
Like I said, Blacklist just on a totally different just like really ready for Echo. I know, right? It looks like they're stronger than before. Than the time when they were on M4. And Edward actually really doing really good. Just imagine. Mara screen time. Easy coins. Blacklist for the win. No, I want FIMP to win. Yeah, I also, personally, like I said, I would like to see an underdog win team like FIMP, Turkey. But it's Blacklist, man. Shout out to Nathan Official. What's up, Nathan? Imagine be like, ooh, babes. Babawi hanggang game 5. Yeah, even from their previous game, you could see Blacklist being just dominating, even against, which team was it? They were against on the 3rd day. CDPX Gaming, what's up? Where's my kiss, Elgin? Where will I kiss you? On Cesaro. Where's Mara? I don't think Mara will show up. I think she will show up after the whole game. Echo tomorrow? I'm not sure. You haven't checked the schedule yet. Filipinos are good. Blacklist is up. Yeah, some of the PH guys are actually being imported to other teams, like that in Burn, right? The previous game that Burn had an import player, PH import player. Same with even on the other Indonesian teams. RQ. Most of them have Filipino coaches, imported Filipino players. I wonder why. Just PH, probably a lot of because Mobile Legends is really famous in PH, man. I heard in Indonesia it's more of a PUBG. So probably the point that ML is very famous in PH, that means there's also a lot of players. Since it's more famous here. Oh, where Philippines is using cell phones more than other countries. So other countries are still more on computer games, PC. Can we just skip to Echo versus Black? Linus being frank, man. Like, can we just skip all of this? Linus is saying like, we know the ending. Can we just skip to the Echo versus Blacklist? Ugh, that's gonna hurt for other teams. Is that true though, for you guys? What other team do you think deserves the chance, deserves that has that skill to back it up, to actually fight it out, duke it out against these top teams? Is Elgin gonna look at the cute babes again? Hopefully they show us some cute babes. Vic Soto and Joey De Leon hosts for M5. Really? Onyx, yeah, Onyx definitely. Even RRQ. Onyx, RRQ. Those two Indonesian teams are also, I believe, the other teams that could match Echo and Black. Too bad the RRQ didn't qualify though. They were quite good in the M4. Elgin the chick boy. RRQ Indonesia, not RRQ Brazil. Elgin, you stream with which device? I'm using the computer right now. This is just a feed. Ooh, yeah, Falcon. Yeah, I remember Falcon. Falcon was actually the top dog on the first stage of the M4, right? I wonder what happened though. Suddenly, when on the second phase, Falcon slowly fell out. But Falcon was strong at the start of the M4, even dominating Blacklist. If you see it was weird because when it was Blacklist versus Echo, and then not the finals, right? Blacklist versus Echo. The first time they fought on the M4, Blacklist won against Echo, but Echo was not banning Estes back then. Like they were like saving up that strategy for the finals, meaning they had confidence that they will take down. I'm not sure, was it Onyx or RQ on the lower brackets, because Echo actually moved to the lower brackets during the M4. They fought against Blacklist, they lost. So Echo moved to the lower brackets and fought with an Indonesian team. I forgot if it was RRQ or Onyx. And then when they fought Blacklist on the finals, that's when they suddenly pulled up that strategy wherein they were banning Estes. Like, it was like Echo knew that they would have no problem getting out of the lower brackets, and they saved up the strategy they used on the finals against Blacklist, because they already fought on Blacklist before the finals, and Blacklist won against them.
I think right now, Wise is super comfortable with Fredrin. Okay? Overly comfortable.
Night Veronica Agata. Good night. It was 5-0, right? Manat Pradhanga. Yo, what's up? I think they said RQ didn't qualify. Shout out to Miko Ngunid. Ooh, that's too bad. Falcon got disbanded. What about your phone, Elgin? Which device? I use ROG3 and ROG5. We're good, Veronica Agata. I like saying your name. Veronica Agata. Yo, Tentacle Games. Tentacle Games. I have to go for tuition. Goodbye, Tentacle Games. I love your name, man. Tentacle Games. Marvin De Vero, caster for M5? Probably not. I mean, we have all these talented casters. I would probably just simp. If I was a caster right there, I would be looking at the audience, sniping hot babes. Probably won't have any analyzing skill about what happened to the game. Probably just mention hot legs, hot babes. Black, do you think Black will get a revenge on Echo? I'm really not sure, man. Those two teams are so insane. It could go to anyone, even Onyx. It could go to anyone with how they're playing. Like one small mistake with those top tier plays. Elgin, your wife plays ML. Yeah, my wife, my fiance used to play ML. She uses Angela, of course. Eudora. Then I taught her different heroes. She started using Sicilian, and then I told her play tank. So she also learned how to play Akai. Marvin Segunla, what's up? Shout out to Clement Turdanes. Imagine you're a caster there. You're gonna feel like heaven. Ooh, if I'm a caster there, they would probably. Ooh, what's this? Background story? It's like in anime, man. Before they fight, like in the middle of the fight, they will show background stories like like 10 more episodes before each punch. they're gonna recall back when they were a kid. A SIM card you can use it anywhere, anytime. Flashback intensifies. Which team did you choose as your champion, Elgin? I would like to see an underdog team, to surprise us. Like a team, it will be surprising if a team wins, not coming from Indonesia or PH. That will be the first. Because on the recent M1, 2, 3, 4, it was PH, Indonesia, PH. I think 2 times Indonesia, 3 times now PH, if I remember correctly. But we're old, so I don't trust my memories. Elgin, your birthday. Mira Shen, we're March 19, 1986. Should I be saying that? Anyways, I'm almost 40. 37 years old right now. 3 more years and we're gonna hit 40. God dang it, 40. That's old. Echo lineup is strong. Champion. Yeah, definitely. Elgin, what's my hobbies? I like reading books, watching animes, reading mangas. Recently, I only listen to audiobooks because I have... there's so much work. I can't read books that much anymore. So, I tend to listen to audiobooks instead. While working. You look like Kyrie. 17, 37. Yeah, 37. I love Lord of the Rings, Narnia, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and Neil Gaiman novels, Coraline. A lot. Fantasy novels, like Dungeons and Dragons. We're into fantasy a lot at this age. Shout out Francis Cablang. That's why I like MMORPG games so much. Vin Pulon. Shout out to my son, John Harvey Pulon. Yo, shout out to Vin Pulon's son, which is John Harvey Pulon, our #1 fan. Thank you, guys. Yo, shout out to all the dads out there. To all 50 Shades of Grey. Christian. Anastasia. I don't know that. I don't read that. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime. Leo Rojo, that's my favorite anime. Cowboy Bebop is the best anime for me. Bengia Gamer, what's up? Have you ever played Aurora Rose? Yeah, Aurora Rose online. Way back. Not yet married. We have a fiance though. Although I have 4 kids. Not yet married, although we have 4 kids and we have a fiance. Missed my message again? What was it? Limuel? Shout out, will you watch Black Clover movie? Ooh, Louis Manuel. Yeah, I love Black Clover. I'm pretty far on the manga though, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch the movie since I'm pretty far on the mangas. Yeah, my eldest is almost on college, 16. My eldest. Yo, Vin Pulon, shout out to your son, John Harvey Pulon, your #1 fan. Thank you, man, Vin Pulon. Shout out to all the single dads. Yeah, there was a moment when I was also a single dad. Good thing I found the fiance, so I had 2 more kids. I was like a single dad for 2 years on my 2 earlier kids, and then I met that other person, that fiance. So I ended up with 4 kids. Oh my god, 4 kids. I've never graduated on changing diapers. I think all my life I've spent changing diapers. Ooh, you also love Legolas. Yeah. Legolas. Anime or manga, which is better? I think anime is better, but it's just that manga is unfiltered. Manga is farther in the story as in the anime. So whenever I watch something in anime and I can't wait for the story, I want to know what happens next, I go to the manga because the manga is already far. Boku no Pico. Boku no Pico, what the? Well, whatever floats your boat, man. I don't. If you like Boku no Pico, sure. Anime these days are full of CGI. Well, it really depends on how they use the CGI. A lot. For example, Demon Slayer, they have a lot of CGI. Even One Piece has CGI, but they employ it good. One of the things I'm really disappointed though is the drafting phase. I'm gonna shut up. Do you like KFC? I love food. I love all the food. I'm gonna shut up so that we can listen to the draft pick of FIMP versus Blacklist. Let's go.
Will FIMP still stick to the red side? We're about to find out. I do feel that the Diggies should be just banned out here, and it will be the case of Flux Impunity now on the red side, second pick. And that's the first pick of Valentina. Gentlemen, what do you think will be the answer for Flux Impunity?
Well, I think if Flux Impunity want to do anything, number one, they probably might want to take Fredrin out of the hands of Wise because, again, he has been such a good foundational block for Blacklist International. Don't allow him to be able to walk up on this tanky hero. Don't allow him to be able to snowball and run you down. And then maybe you could start alleviating this pressure from that mid lane. Because at the end of the day, you know that UA is going to have somebody to protect him.
Yeah. In that case, Fredrin is open. I'm actually surprised that the Novaria is a priority ban for FIMP, which you haven't seen it from Blacklist, but wow, Minotaur and Arlet. Currently, Edward holds the highest KDA among all players with a 19.33. 19 average KDA. He's followed by his teammate Yue with a total of 16. Man, Blacklist International stat padding.
Honestly, I'm relatively curious as to why FIMP is not willing to snag that Fredrin away. I mean, yes, for Kira, for the MCT, he's only played the Fredrin once. But I can say the same thing for Alice, Martis, Joy, Granger, Amon. They all are one game. So it's fair to say Kira can play the Fredrin, but they choose not to.
I think Kira is confident in his capabilities to play around it, right? Again, their bigger priority is the fact that they've already banned out the Diggy. Might as well take the Minotaur now and start affecting them here and make that impact in that first phase, and then force Blacklist International to try and answer them in the second part, which they have the advantage in because they get first pick in the second phase.
Yeah, and now without the Kaja and the Franco, the Joy was a pretty open pick for Blacklist International, especially after FIMP not even bothering to take it. They took out Arlott and Minotaur. Understandably so, but that means that Edward will once again have a great time in this game.
And you can understand now, whoa, okay, that's a Herod pickup. Hey, this Todak did this to game 2 anyways, or game 3 actually. Flux Impunity, right. The reason I believe they went for the Minotaur and the Arlet now, it's very, very understandable. They want to just deny all the picks coming in from Venus, and I honestly expect some more bans to Venus, or they might just go show some respect over to the gold lane. Owl. Especially after pick up the Herith here, maybe they want to just lock down some of the heroes that can actually escape from the Herith.
Though, it's always a difficult game.
Is the proof
going up
that
against
I'm still
Blacklist,
alive.
especially when Edward Joy is playing it. Without any kind of lockdown, how do you answer this? Do you go back to something like a Esmeralda? But I mean, you don't have access to it because you already picked up the Arlott. So.
That's the thing, right? when you're looking at the way, when you're looking at possible outs here, I think Blacklist International probably going to stick to what they already know, right? Ideally, they get the Beatrix. I don't know whether FIMP is going to let them have it. I'm guessing that they're going to ban it out regardless of what they do. But then we see the response, right? Blacklist International making sure that these assassin picks go down and they go down fast, because even when you have the Joy can only do so much unless she has a snowball, or I don't know if they start to feel a little crazy here, and I would love it. I would love it just to see Wise be like, sorry, Edward, this is mine for a day. Maybe just for one game. Just
Why not?
give us a little bit more.
Yeah. That is not a far possibility, by the way, Gideon. It has been done before. Blacklist International, specifically Wise, even when he's picking up, 22 games on the Fredrin in one single season, he is willing to go for those pocket strategies, like Jungle Valentina, for example, the Atlas, where, we can expect that. But, okay, now heading into the second phase of the draft, how do you now correct this if you're FIMP? How do you actually deal with both the Fredrin and the Joy, apart from having this Parrot, for example?
Yikes. I mean, right now, they do, with the Minotaur, with the Arlet, they do have a very steady way to initiate into a fight, and they are pretty much all wanting to go all in onto Blacklist International for one big fight. So they will want to toss all their ultimates out. Wombo combo Unga Bunga perhaps. As such, they should probably stick to what they have on their MO and just continue to grab onto the opponents. There could even be a chance that Minotaur could go to the jungle. I would love to see them picking big ultimates such as Atlas even. They can at least work with some kind of pickoffs.
Alright, so right now, for Flux Impunity, they've banned out 4. And they've picked 1 Minotaur, right? So technically 5 denied picks away from Venus. But my concern right now is, again, they left the Lancelot open. This usually sets up, especially now, I am even more of a believer in the Granger. Usually, well, NM4, remember, well, they need some more physical damage. There's no way they're going to be relying on the Arlet solely to deal damage here in this game. And the fact that, again, they completely disregarded, they completely ignored the Lancelot, that to a lot of people is the answer to the Fredrin. It shows me that they want to go for something bold. Exactly, the Granger. They ignored it. They didn't want to pick it, Fireflux.
Wait, what's left for Venus? Only the Lolita. That's all I can think of. Is there anything else that they pick, especially after the Farum is the night pick?
I think they are forcing Blacklist to pick a Lolita. Maybe that's why they are picking a Harif for themselves.
I suppose, because there is the angle where it's like, yeah, Blacklist International are going to play like team fight, but they also have the aspect of, hey, Edward, you can start pushing into the side lanes with this Joy and generally win your 1v1s, no problem, but how are you going to disengage? So the Lolita gets picked, we expected to see the Beatrix, and now we bounce back over to FIMP.
Blacklist International's owl is actually not a real owl.
Oh,
wait, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was an owl.
I thought he was an owl too.
I thought
Thank
we were
you
on
so
the
much.
set of Alien Invasion.
Oh wow, that was the most interesting stat we saw today. But here's another interesting fact: there could be the potential of an
swing.
Fanny. I would have said
Not bad.
Hayabusa, but man, they just flip it up. It's gonna be the Fanny, and everybody's happy about this. Are you guys happy about this aspect though?
Of course.
like it.
Of course. Whenever you talk about assassins, there are 2 that come to mind, highly mechanical ones. Lancelot and as well as Fanny. Some may say even the Ling before it even came out. But at the end of the day, they needed damage, and this is a great source.
When I spoke to Incendio Supremacy at M4, back then they were called Incendio Supremacy, they said they were just capped by their mechanics. Macro-wise, they can think, just like the C teams. Now, they're saying the Flux Impunity is better than Incendio Supremacy, so maybe this is one of the ways to prove to the world that mechanically, maybe now they are on par as well.
Well, we don't have to wait any longer. It's game number 2 for sure. Blacklist International going up against FIMP, and the Fanny was picked up. Abstract. Now, you have to take it away.
As we move on in Land of Dawn, approaching game number 2. Blacklist International versus FIMP as the creeps march us right out.
Alright, Gideon, I have a simple question here, right? A lot of people have been able to make this Fanny work against Blacklist, but how do they make it work?
Most of the time when we start thinking about Fanny, right, we're talking about that early game pressure. We're trying to look for ways to kind of set up dives. So we have to start thinking about strong and weak-sided lanes. And in this particular case, it's going to be down on the bottom side of the map. But that's why Blacklist are sending Oh My Venus to make sure that Sunshine doesn't find that early aggression, doesn't find that early trade, and forces him back. The response for FIMP, send Apex back down.
So ultimately, what Blacklist International wants to have is a 2 versus 2 in the bottom lane and forces Apex 47 to, not give that much of a vision. Technically speaking, Fanny, once he's pretty much got his purple buff, he can pretty much zoom everywhere, and if FIMP doesn't really quite have that kind of understanding, it will not be that good.
Okay, that's a lot of damage placed onto Cura. Man, didn't expect that burst coming in, but Cura seems like he is comfortable on the Fanny. That is one of the concerns for a lot of people playing the Fanny on stage. Will you be able to make these mechanics, these cables work?
I mean, even if he's not getting these kills, right, at the end of the day, he is influencing.
They're going in again with the cables. Wise gonna be targeted down. Doesn't have the Appraiser's Wrath just yet, but now finds the stacks. The Appraiser's Wrath will be ready for him as Alien jumps in once again. Just there. Oh, the flicker from Alien, and he's gonna be able to fight for his blood. Maybe, just maybe a double kill, but Edward is able to escape. For Flux Impunity, already a very, very different playstyle here.
Oh, spicy stuff. I mean, immediately we start seeing the rotations. Immediately we see a potential dive, and Edward, he can't get back in there.
Cura, though, under the turret, will try to burst Yue down, and it's going to be Kazue, who barely is unable to find the range.
I really like the very fact that FIMP, they have got Sunshine and Kazue actually gonna be on the mystery shop. They want to get online a lot earlier. They're probably wanting to look for that snowball potential, riding all of that hope onto Cura.
I mean, yes, they are trying to make sure that they scale up as fast as they can, but it's the fact that they also have that Fanny, right? You're not expecting Fanny to do it all by herself.
That's right.
You need to have a couple of people to walk up. Now, these neutrals is where it's going to get difficult, because keep your eyes on Apex. You could turn these around.
All right, as the Numenon Blast charged in Venus, but it seems like Flux Impunity, they understand that their composition is built around picking these members off in the early game, utilizing the Fanny, so they will just ignore the first neutral objective.
Even in these cases, right, we're hoping that Cura is able to kind of speed up the game. He's able to farm hard, but when you're up against a tank, and especially when you're up against Wise, he immediately is looking for that level lead. He wants to make sure that he starves his enemy opponent jungler out.
So currently Wise is at level 6, Cura is level 5. We're not really looking at too much of a gold lead, despite the fact that FIMP did manage to get a single kill, while Blacklist International gets that turtle take. In the meantime, right above the top line,
okay, Cura's gonna be locked down right now as Venus tries to go for the stun, but Apex 47 will pop in a defensive minute furious. Numenon Blast gets charged in, but a good flicker from Kazue to deny it off of Venus. Still a flicker burns out. Venus thought there was someone in the bush, but it turns out Flux Impunity are again just avoiding team fights.
Yep, they don't need to interact with them right now. They're waiting for item power spikes, and especially if we're talking about item power spikes, we need to look at Sunshine right now. Currently level 5 against Owl, but he's struggling to walk out, right? Because we see time and time again, if the Queen isn't in the mid lane, where is she going to be? Down by the bottom side.
perhaps just running down onto the opponent's jungle will be the best case. Unfortunately, Cura didn't really quite manage to steal the purple buff.
Oh, and Alien's gonna be baited in. Actually, now with the final slash as well, Alien should fall. And Blacklist International claim an equalizer kill in the 4th minute of the game. They might actually look for an invade even here into the enemy purple buff. But Kazua is able to clear it out. Apex 47 is able to just give vision to Flux Impunity.
Generally rather passive, and that's supposed to be the way that FIMP is going to be playing this composition. We're expecting Farmers to start stacking for as long as possible until he's able to get that early. I'm guessing he's going to go for the scaling type type item build, probably going Clock and Destinies. If he wants to go for something to stack up a little bit faster, even can go for the Enchanted Talisman. That's generally up to him. He's got the components for it, but now we look at the next upcoming turtle up on that top side, and FIMP, they want to snowball through bottom. What? Blacklist, they've got to read.
Oh, good read by Venus, opening up the map once again, but that's going to be the knockdown onto Venus right now. The Cold are stolen away, Mid-in Fury connecting, and Venus should fall here to Cura. What would Bruce Passion right now? Sunshine pops his on force. Up top, a trade, a good one for Blacklist International. Again, playing for the objectives.
FIMP are very much on the ball. They're constantly trying to get themselves ahead of the action on the side of Blacklist International. However, they are also not paying a lot of attention onto the objective. We've got Blacklist International that got 2 already so far, and bottom lane.
Command Force popped. Sunshine defensive. Defensive, very defensive. Blacklist International pushing the pace right now. So it's going to be actually just ambushed here with a forced cold ultra out. Cura's looking for the back line, but it's not going to be able to find you as he dodges away from the cable. Wait. He's waiting for it. Oh, he finds the snipe, but it's not enough to take him down as the sun comes through. Cura is able to escape. It should just be Blacklist International with a free siege down below, and yes, it will. Perfect execution.
I am just, Heavy deep breathing there, deep breathing. I thought that snipe for sure. He was holding it for a long time. He wanted to make sure he was real accurate with that one. But as we explained before, FIMP, they're going to take their time with this. And yes, bottom tier 1, that means that Beatrix is on lock. So now the initiative is on Blacklist International to keep the momentum up. Just like in game number 1, we saw that tier 1 fall, and instantly the lane swap comes after. And Wise, look at him, Psycho Frederick, 2 levels up. He's going to keep doing this.
This is really unfortunate for the side of Fanny. Doesn't really have the orange buff to pretty much work with, while Wise is just threading within their jungles. Now, they're gonna have to deal with the threat of having a Joy that's proxying in the bottom lane, or perhaps even the Beatrix all the way out the top lane, farming, trying to bring down the first defense turret. Where do they even put all their emphasis on?
Well, if I was Blacklist International, I would definitely be going to that top side. But FIMP, they can recognize this. They're like, okay, we saw how this worked out in the last game. Maybe we can just slow down that top side and look to catch somebody off that river, because in about 9 seconds, the next turtle is going to come through. The Blacklist still have to choose one of these objectives.
Ooh, wow. Minion Fury with a flicker from Yue, trying to just catch Sunshine, but it was a good read. Sunshine playing it again, just defensively. 6 minutes in, now to 7. Blacklist International holding on to that gold lead as Flux Impunity look for Prio for the first time ever that they will contest for a neutral objective. Apex 47 now with a Minion Fury flicker combo! 5 more members! The versus there, the blast charge in, Venus finds 3! Bakura is on the back, just dodging away. Wise now taunting up, disengaging, but Flux Impunity, they might have found a way back into the game.
You can definitely see the difference of Minoan Furies there. Yue, it's clear that he doesn't play Minotaur that often in comparison to Apex, who times that third hit so very well.
I thought that FIMP might possibly get a lot more out of the Minoan's Fury. 4 men out, I thought FIMP had the damage, but it makes sense, right? They're still waiting for the perfect time to eventually bring in the action, because their damage is just not quite there.
Retry battle right now, and it might just be disastrous for Cura, but that's gonna be Wise who steals it away with a Retribution.
They're punishing him. They're using Wise's lead. This is what I talk about when we think about multiple outs, right? For this mid-game right now, Owl, he's going to have the time of his life, but he can't necessarily push the tempo. Wise can, and he's going to keep on starving out Cura for the majority of this game. 2 levels up. You want your purple buff, you're going to have to fight me with your entire team, which is exactly what Blacklist wants, especially when Apex doesn't have his own ult.
Well, so pretty much what we're going to be expecting top lane.
Numina Blast and the Bennett's Rage, a late Cold Altar from Kazooie, not able to save his roamer. But I do want to talk a little bit about that turret falling in the bottom lane, because that was the reason they started rotating and invading.
That's why it's trigger points, right? Trigger points every single time. Blacklist follows a code, people that are trying to break. Yes, it follows the fundamentals, but the adaptation on top of that is what sets them apart from everybody else. Oh, God!
Whoa! Solo kill! Utilizing the Master Assassin talent emblem. But look at top lane right now. Kazooie trying to bring Wise back with the Shadow Stampede, but Wise will just say, I'll walk and dash towards you. Now with the taunt. Having full stacks for the Appraiser's Wrath. Gonna go and steal away the orange buff. But down below, Cura will be able to pick up a turret to trade it away. Appraiser's Wrath was used up.
Wise truly does not care about the fact that he is in opponent's territory. He's very beefy, and unfortunately, FIMP just doesn't have the damage to work with him. FIMP's damage really shines in the backline.
This is the buff freeze, by the way, that Blacklist are doing right now. Oh, it's an early retry!
Oh my!
From Cura, and that could be disastrous. Notice how the purple buff of Blacklist is not being touched at all.
No way to rotate, and especially with the neutral objective of Lord being on the top side. If anybody tries to go for Wise's purple, there's just no way. They will be spotted out, and there's no way to flank at the same time, right? They're covering all of the ground here. And FIMP, you know, considering everything that's happened, I'm surprised that Blacklist are only 1.6k ahead. FIMP, they've got everything going for them, right? They've got 2 turrets. They've also got a little more kills.
This is called the buff freeze. This is what Blacklist like to do up against a Fanny or anyone who is very reliant on the purple buff. They kill up the big purple buff, but leave the small ones so it doesn't respawn, and they continuously just invade to the enemy jungle to take the purple buff away.
Making sure that you don't have it, especially if you are an assassin that relies on it. Now, looking on that top side, again, Blacklist, it looks like they want them to walk up and fight.
well, it's just pretty much Blacklist International just playing the Lost Dance. They're trying to do whatever that they can to just drag it on for a little while longer, waiting for FIMP to eventually make a mistake. They want FIMP to engage onto them while Blacklist International does their signature counter-engage. FIMP just can't find the avenue, and they probably just want to wait for the Kazui to actually make his way in. Or perhaps Apex 47 to go in first with a Minoan's Fury. But FIMP just taking their own sweet time. They're biding their time, and only when the lot gets a lot lower, then they will probably go for it.
Them now blast with the flicker. Apex 47 is going to fall with the Bennett's Rage. Used up a lot of ultimates.
As much as they want to try, Apex is still going down. With this Lord being slain, this is the next trigger point for Blacklist International. They have their win con going for them, and now the snowball is going to continue from here on until about the 14th minute of the game. If not by IMP, they've been playing relatively passive in the early. We've seen them trade pretty evenly during the mid, and as we start rotating, especially when we're transitioning into the later stages of the game, right, we have to keep our eyes on people like Sunshine. How is he really, realistically trying to get in on this fight? They need to bait out, number one, the Numenon Blast, and Owl, I don't think he's going to be in a position which really compromises him unless he really flubs or makes a mistake. Or the secondary engage tool, Alien with the final slash, maybe with a flicker, could look for something big.
I don't think that FIMP have got the items that they want in order to deal with the front lines, or perhaps even onto the back lines. Cura, one of the main damage dealers of the team, don't have his buff, and they rely a lot onto that cables. So even if FIMP has got all of those setups coming in from Kazue, or perhaps even from Apex 47, or perhaps even from Alien, how exactly are they supposed to bring the mid lines, or perhaps the back lines down? Sunshine is not quite there yet. 1-0-1, don't have much of that pressure. But Blacklist, every single one of the players, every single one of these heroes have pressure.
They're going to have to scale then. I mean, Alien, ooh, final slash into the top rush here just to try and make it work. And even for Kura, right, it's difficult for him to farm in his own jungle. Blacklist have that level of influence over him.
And that should be the retry again from Wise. He picks up the purple buff. There's not much Flux Impunity can do at this point, but just wait it out. Turtle in their base, looking for trades across the board. And this is the risk of bringing a Harith into the gold lane. Did you see the difference in gold between Beatrix and Harith?
Huge. Quite a significant difference here. But let's not forget, right? Kazue, he's still stacking up pretty quick. The fact that he hasn't died, meaning that his charges are slowly becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until he falls down. That's when we're expecting to see him start to fall off. So they still have an opportunity in these big 5v5 fights. And if they can kind of clump them up together with the final slash into the Minoan Fury, maybe there's an opportunity there. But at the end of the day, Kura, it's not like it's up to him, right? He just has to wait it out.
But even over time, Kazue's fall off will start to get a lot more apparent. And Blacklist International, they're still taking their own time.
A blast from Venus all the way to the back line right now, but Kazue still able to survive. That's a terrifying, I mean, Fury as well. That's a 3-man knockup coming in. That's Venus taken down. Kura's looking for more. Doesn't have the energy necessary to look for more, but they will take it. A 1-for-0 in favor of Flux Impunity.
Now, notice that Blacklist International, if this was a team that was dead even with them, and especially if Fanny maybe had a purple buff, I don't think they would have even tried to attempt to go for such an aggressive play. But the fact is, they've got all the resources in the world, and they know that it's a clear disadvantage. Wait, hold on.
No call alter. Edward's using it. Sunshine's gonna be gunned down, and Edward finds the kill with the rhythm and the vengeance. Now Alien is the next target on the primary. Listen, Owl takes him out with an Amir's Passion, swaps out to the Renner's Apathy. He wants to look for his snipe here, but nobody's low enough. Meanwhile, down below, Kura is able to pick up 2 turrets, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Actually, the Tier 1 was taken away earlier. Look at Yue, the way they're sandwiching Kura down. The Filipino sandwich, but Kura is still able to escape. He saved the energy, and he bought enough time. Now Blacklist International, they've sent Wise all alone to go for the Lord. Film, what do they do?
They can't. They have to give this Lord here unless Kura is going to try and be a hero, try to be a legend to steal this away. I don't see it realistically happening.
Apex 47 is not looking good at all. The entirety of Blacklist International just wants to zone the entirety of FIMP away.
Oh, Kura has to use the cables defensively. Edward's going to be chased down, but Sunshine can't get that basic attack to reset the second skill, and Wise will just go to town. Yue actually is the one who takes the orange buff.
I mean, UA has been playing a very hot game since game number one, coming into game number 2 as well. He's been making sure that he is holding on to these big ticket ultimates, whether it be the Minoan Fury or whether we are seeing him hold on to the Cult Altar. These are insurance policies, right? And you can tell that this time, Blacklist International, they want to fight to win.
Ow, indeed. Owl threading the needle. Apex 47 and Alien were in front of him. The fact that he found Sunshine, that was impressive. Kira, again, just having to micromanage these waves without the purple buff. Can you imagine being a walking fanny?
It's not fun. And in 6 seconds, Wise is going to get another purple buff too.
The Lord is eventually going to be making his way down to the bottom lane. All of the exterior turrets is going to be finding a lot of problems.
Minoan Fury, but the Minoan Blast is right there. Final Splash cancels it out as Apex 47 is able to flicker out of the range. Alien using the Vengeance. Is jumping back and forth, resetting to save that base turret, but in the mid lane, the tier 2 should fall. Doesn't seem like it's gonna fall. As Blacklist, they will go and prioritize. Oh, wow, Owl! They'll go prioritize the purple buff, but yeah, Owl, very rude, he cut me off.
A lot of damage here. I mean, at this point, it's basically the mid-tier 2 is essentially done for, right? They've got the Beatrix. Wait, hold on.
Alien caught as the final slash though, but the Appraiser's Wrath locks onto him and he's gonna be forced to commit the flicker out. And Owl, once again, is just sieging. This is why the Beatrix is so prio right now. Once you get that snowball, go! How? Owl is a monster on this Beatrix.
He's real accurate. He's taken a couple of notes from Ohead for sure. Oh, they're going to continue doing this, right? Siege them underneath the turret. Utilize Renner as much as they can and start harassing their opponents underneath their inhibitor turrets.
And this is where the kind of like the snowball begins, right? Blacklist International has mostly been playing very safe, and they are just kind of holding onto the river line. And only once they have gotten more of the objective, they got a second Lord onwards, FIMP just gets completely starved out of food, and there's just not much of that skilling that we want to see. By then, Blacklist International already is way ahead, and with the 7,000 gold ahead, they can pretty much tank up against any shots from FIMP.
I mean, we say that, but also the fact that FIMP is at 44, it means that this gold lead is soon about to end. It really doesn't matter how much gold unless you're thinking about situational items, which Blacklist needs to start taking full advantage of if they want to close out this game.
If he finds another snipe, that's gonna be insane, but it doesn't even need to connect Venus! With the Numenal Blast and Yue! With the Minoan Fury! The combo together, right on time as well! How do you get better than this? Blacklist International are playing the cleanest MLBB I have ever seen!
It's like 5 men left, but Sunshine finds himself taken down!
Bennett's rage to take him off with his Amon Force already popped in. Kura as well finds a tier 2 up top, but it doesn't matter. Blacklist respond to every single play, but they're also able to react and make these proactive movements.
All right. Blacklist agents out there. Somebody has got to draw Wise on Fredrin as Dio because he just walks you down. He's a psycho for a reason. He knows he's strong.
Oh, what do you even do right now? Flux Impunity, Kura tried to look for an opening to go for that Lord, but he just simply can't. He gets bursted down by Yue, Edward, Owl.
You just let it happen for now. You really just gotta let it happen because no matter what they do, Blacklist International is able to stop you in their tracks. They know for a fact that Oh My Venus doesn't have that flicker. Oh, Kira, please get out of here. Your team is gonna need you for this upcoming Lord push. And even when we're looking at the items, right, we're slowly getting to that max. Couple more until we see those final items, but a majority, and especially the core items that are necessary, are there. In comparison to look over to Blacklist International with their 8.7k lead, they can start switching them out however they like.
I was really wanting to hope and see the Sunshine will be able to do a little bit more into the front lines as long as the Summon Force is available. However, Blacklist International's ultimate bases, and they are just constantly jumping right in and catching FIMP out. The only thing that they can do is just immediately back off and doesn't really have much of a fight.
Oh, he's gonna get it down. Damn! Ow, are you so good? Minoan Fury now. Apex 47 is going to be locked down with the Numenal Blast. Alien into the midst with a vengeance, but he gets bursted down too quick. Owl getting people down with the Nibiru. He walks off forward. Kira's able to clear out the Lord right now as the Miniways come crashing down. Kira with the cables once again. But Owl finds another. He is indeed unstoppable. Owl is the new Filipino sniper. He'll take that mantle from Ohead.
Oh my god. How accurate is he? I don't know what OHEP has told him, but they've got some kind of secret tech there to make sure that they land every single one of those shots. FIME get closed out of this game. They play passive, but there was never a time where they felt in control of this game at all.
Snipes after snipes after snipes. It would have been amazing to also see Blacklist International playing.
Man, that was just painful for Fanny. Fanny with the buff is really good. Well, 2-0. Blacklist only needs one more win to call this set game, and that means FIMP is gonna be taken out of this MSC tournament. Yeah, I know, right? That snipe. Even last time, right? It was Owl and Venus on Novaria. The combination of Beatrix and Novaria on their game on day 3. If you remember that, they were just punishing the opponent's team. Like snipe from Bea and then snipe from Novaria. Marvin, I want you to say your line, Elgin Senpai. The hey guys, what's up? Sure. Yeah. Accuracy 100. Hey guys, what's up? There you go, Marvin. I know, right? Owl was doing a lot of, even was hitting a lot during the day 3 of the MSC. So we're kind of not surprised with his snipes now. And last time it was actually a combination with Novaria. Novaria and Beatrix's snipe. That was just, they were punishing everyone on the other team, making them go home. Either that or just deleting them right on the spot. Yo, you sound like Elgin. Yeah, we're Elgin. The intro. I said the intro. One more. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server and it's patch 1.7.69. First on our list is an update about your mom. There. Yeah, I know, right? Owl's accuracy. Let's listen to the casters.
Against this Harith, and he continues to carry that lead all the way once the trigger points happen for Blacklist.
There's just constantly many moments where Blacklist International completely breaks down the ability of Kyura to even make his way to assassinate Owl. Time and time again, Owl was just left completely unattended, and Blacklist International took this game by the neck and allowed Owl to roam around completely freely.
Look at that beautiful start coming up from Venus, then followed up by a stolen or copied Minoan Fury. And I wanna put your. Whew, that was nasty.
See, okay, no.
Okay.
Just enjoy the moment right now.
Listen,
Look at the snipes. Look at the snipes.
watch out for the normal attack
Okay.
on the sniper. Watch out.
This is it.
This is it. Owl. There it is.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Guys, Owl is just like playing a different game. Owl is like playing a different sniping game. Making Mobile Legends like an FPS game. Reese everyone. RJM. So there you have it, man. 2-0. One more win. Ooh, 19 minutes? Oh, the game time. Yeah, Devon, I remember you from Wednesday. Shout out to Sugar Daddy 0606. Oh, for the guys looking for a Sugar Daddy, there's a Sugar Daddy right there. Sugar Daddy 0606. What's up? Kuya, kain ka muna. Baka lumala sakit mo. Wala kaming live na mapanood. Nah, we're good, Limual. We ate some peanut butter already. I know, right? Blacklist is just on a different level. If you're, like I said, Turkey is actually like the idolizes. I mean, Team FIMP, which is Team Turkey, idolizes Blacklist. So it's like fighting someone that's really, you know, even some of their strategies. On the M4, if you remember, the Team Turkey was actually also utilizing the Ube strat, which they got from Blacklist. Saan po idol ginaganap yung live? This MSC is being held on Cambodia. This MSC event is being held on Cambodia. But the M5 though, don't worry, because it will be done on Philippines. Either MOA or Araneta, maybe. They're still not decided on which place specifically, but it's gonna be on PH. So hopefully I can see you guys on M5, because we most likely will be going on the M5 event, and it will be nice to see you guys out there. So let's hang out and look for some hot babes, right? Come on, let's get together on the M5 and just snipe. Let's snipe some hot babes and hot legs. Kuya Elgin, in your opinion, what do you think will happen to the banned Hellcurt? Well, banned Hellcurt, they will just fix it. Hopefully they fix it fast. Hey Elgin, is your real name or what? Yes, Elgin is my real name. Elgin Ray, actually. Elgin Ray. I have 2 names. Elgin, are you single na? I have 4 kids. You sure? Elgin, yeah. Elgin Ray. That's my name. People call me Jin, actually. My nickname is Jin. People just call me Jin. Akala ko Nigel eh. Nah, it's Elgin. My friends actually just call me Jin. Elgin has a wife and a proud father. Elgin, let me be what? Full name reveal? I don't know. Elgin, adopt me. Do you want me as your dad? I'm a bad dad, man. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yeah, we've left our job for YouTube for like 5 years more now. We've left our job for YouTube for 5 years now. Sir, I'm a big fan of your voice. Thank you, Sugar Daddy. I love your name. Are you actually a sugar daddy for someone? Marvin Segunda, what's up? Elgin, wife and children reveal. Yeah, I have a fiance and I have 4 kids. We're not yet married. I'm getting some cash to get married. What's your job before YouTube, Kuya? I was actually a nursing student. I've finished all my cases, but I still have PE3. Oh snap, Mara. Mara's here again with that outfit, see-through outfit. So we're again losing all of our reasoning and just being captivated by Mara. Oh, Mara. Just like, what's that anime? What's that anime that make Mara finally? Yeah, Mara's finally here. Invite us for your wedding. It's gonna be big. Oh snap! I forgot. I have kids. Just like the song Capybara. You know, right? Bro, Gideon is more cuter than Mara. Gideon? Who's Gideon? I haven't seen her. Is Gideon also hot, babe? Are you a Naruto fan? Yeah, I'm a Naruto fan, but not so much of Boruto. More of a Naruto. Not so much of a fan on Boruto. Not because of the animation. I hear these days Boruto's animation is insanely good now. It's more of the story. Are we invited when your wedding comes? I'm not sure, man. It's expensive if I invite a lot of people at my wedding. Gideon Q. Is that... who's Gideon Q though? Elgin, will you give away skins on your wedding? Imagine having skin give... Oh, Mara is looking at the camera. Actually, she was looking at me. Hi, Mara. Mara, say my name. Mara looks like Tony Gonzaga. Tony Gonzaga's long lost sister. Really? Oh yeah, Tony Gonzaga, also a hot chick. Ano pong kulang yung case, Elgin Senpai? I finished all my cases when I was a nursing student. It's just that I still had minor cases. I mean minor units, but I finished all my cases on my duty. But during my 4th year on nursing, when I finished everything, I was just gonna finish a few more minor units. But then the business of my brother boomed. And so I switched. I didn't finish my college. Switched to that business, which was an SEO business all about internet as well, search engine optimization. So when that happened, I went there. I went to that business for like 2-3 years. We were doing that business for 2 to 3 years, and then the business got slow. Started earning less. So we had to think of something else. And that's when YouTube came in. So I did YouTube. And when YouTube started earning as well, we left the business and went full-time on the YouTube. But stay in school, kids. Boruto is bad? Ooh, really? Is your wedding gonna be live on YouTube? I don't think so. I think my wedding is just gonna be a small wedding. The smaller, the cheaper. Did the boys go into business with you? Only Ayok. Ayok was with me on the... It was Ayok and my brother who did the SEO business. Search engine optimization. Basically, we were just spamming. The SEO is what makes your website end up on the first pages of the... For example, you're searching for like... What's the best lipstick? Right? What's the best lipstick? You search that on Google and you'd want your website to be one of the first websites to show up. That's where the SEO optimization comes in. And that's what we were doing before the YouTube. Yeah, search engine optimization. Are you also a fan of One Piece? Yeah, definitely, man. Nakama. Top favorite characters in One Piece? Zoro, Robin, Nami. What else? I'm thinking of other hot babes. Mara. Yeah, I've been looking at Mara the whole day. Are you planning on taking on board exam? Nah, because I haven't even finished my nursing. Although only minor units are left there. But I want to focus more on animation. That's why. If I have some free time, I will put that on animation. Because to be honest, animation is one of our main goals. One of our main goals, actually. Mara or Robin? I'd have to go to Robin. Robin is on a different level. I don't care if she's 2D, man. But Robin, man. Just her skills, right? Magandang gabi. Arjon Apaso, what's up? Uga buga, hot. From Kamir, what's up? Yusuf. Zoro always gets lost. Zoro gets lost so much that he shows up on different animes. Oh yeah, Boa Hancock as well. Robin, Boa Hancock, Nami, Zoro. Last one. Oh snap, Mara's dancing. Go on, dance more, Mara. Did you make the parody animation? Yeah, we used to. Yeah, Boba Hancock as well. Which other hot babe on One Piece? BSN? You're in incoming third year in BSN. Still got no races. Yeah, I've did all the stuff on when I was in nursing. Even on the... It was very toxic during the surgery room, wherein the doctor will ask for the instrument. Like the doctor will ask for the instrument that he needs while he's operating, while he's sewing some heads, taking out the liver, and sometimes the doctors won't tell specifically what they need. You have to anticipate what the doctor needs, right? And if you give the wrong stuff, if you have a very moody doctor, he will throw the instrument back at you, like stab you in the heart. Well, not really, but he will throw the instrument back. So it's a bit, you have to be prepared, man. Nursing taught me how to perform under pressure, because we had kids popping out of mom's You know? Especially in public hospitals, there's a lot. You learn a lot more in public hospitals as compared to private ones, because there's a lot of cases to take, and babies gonna be popping out of. first time I witnessed a mother giving birth. Like, what the heck? Is that supposed to stretch that much? So, it really taught me a lot of stuff. Kuya Elgin, thoughts mo sa possible PH versus PH Grand Finals? Yeah, most likely. Echo versus Blacklist. Those are the top teams. And I think everyone would like to see a rematch of Echo and Blacklist. Military training. Well, military training, I think one of the reasons why nursing is more is because lives is at stake during the nursing when you're doing duties on nursing. On military training, it's supposed to stretch. That's there's a girl on the team. Dance for us, baby Elgin. I would love to see Ikagura buff. Man. Yeah, 2-0. 2-0. One more win for Black, and that's it. Fimp is gonna be out of this MSC. They will have to take the plane home. Because from what I've heard, if a team loses on this one, the company stops paying for the hotel, which is actually just normal on these events, even on other games. So if a team loses on this one, the hotel payment, all of those will stop, and you have to catch the plane home the next day. That's how it works on these events, not just even on other games. Next swap. Who did you vote for to be champion? I would like to see an underdog champion. Yeah, black one while you were gone. Malefic. Nerf only. Bring back Ranger meta. See Jesus. They swapped Jesus. God damn it, guys. It's draft pick. I'm gonna shut my mouth so that we guys can focus on. It's draft pick? Is it draft pick? Not yet. Oh, not yet. Draft pick still has not yet started. They're just showing the stats. Kasama nila si Papa Cheesecake. The hell, guys? What can you say for the Hassas Claw revamp? I would love to see how would that play out, because Hassas Claw with critical, I would like to see that, because it's different on paper, but once it applies on the game, it's actually when you see what's actually up. Fredrin with Wise. Wise is just a menace with his Fredrin, man. I think. Oh snap! Jesus powers. Yeah. Late game is same. Minotaur is meta. Yeah, Minotaur is definitely meta right now. No more rage. You can surprise people now with Minotaur's ultimate. Crit Scarlet Phantom is viable. I mean, after revamp, we will have to check, but I don't think so. But we will have to see. Well, hero. Which hero is the best waifu? It's got to be Hilda. Hilda has to be the best waifu. Who will win in the whole MSC in your opinion? I think it's gonna be either Echo, Blacklist, or Onyx. Blacklist is performing on a different level now as compared when they were on M4. Balmond is the best waifu. Yeah, Balmond or Hilda. It's a preference, I guess. It's a preference. If you prefer Balmond, be my guess. But I would rather prefer Hilda, man. Oh, here we go. Drafting phase. We're gonna shrink our face. Mute our mic for now. Enjoy the game, guys. Let's listen to the shoutcasters.
This has been owning 2-0. Can it be a different story come game number 3? Let's find out through the draft. And I think that we have not decided yet on the side.
I mean, I'm already seeing bans on the player's side. I'm expecting to see it, and here we go. Yup, they're swapping sides. FIMP are going to be first pick, Blacklist International on second.
I love right now the FIMP finally banned out onto the Frederick, but remember, back to the question. Banning the Frederick is going to slightly change Blacklist International's games. That means the FIMP, whatever that they have did in Game 1 and Game 2, can't exactly be applied, and you can't exactly really work on changing your gameplay in order to cater to that Frederick.
Well, I suppose, but I'm just glad that we might have an opportunity to be blessed with King Wise going on a Lancelot potentially. Ooh. He's been playing Frederick for so very long. Just give it to him. Or if he wants to give the people a special treat, take Ling as well, right? I mean, they've already shown the fact that the Varia has been locked in. You want to be able to take it out. But first, Blacklist International prioritizing making sure that both Minotaur as well as Valentina are picked up, knowing that the Diggy is banned out. That AoE stun is, AoE knockup and slow is not really going to get punished just yet.
You can see that the priority on the Novaria means that you want to get for a kind of poke kind of composition. Novaria is great at poking. But then again, Blacklist International, with this sustain coming up from the Minotaur, they don't care at all. They can just really top up when it comes to their health with this Minotaur. And of course, the Valentina, the UA has been playing so well this game. FIMP, what do they actually take here? The Joy, perhaps?
This is my question, right? Because, like you said, you know, poke versus the sustainability of the side of Blacklist International, I never really liked it. I thought that they needed something more bursty in this case. Right now, FIMP have decided to pick up a Bane as well as an Arlet. I want to see them being able to drag team fights a little bit, while their backliners, their win conditions, still able to constantly shred things out. I'm looking at the fact that Blacklist International will probably pick a Barat into the jungle.
Oh,
and I would want to see a carry on the side of FIMP. Really just shred down the front lines, eventually to make it through to the back.
That's assuming that they get access to it. Let's see what this final pick coming in for Blacklist International is going to be on their face, because the fact that they locked in that Bane and also picked the Arlet, I was already thinking Arlet, but the fact that they got Bane, just the research that they have done, especially on Wise, I think it's very well done. Take away combo components, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. The Joy's gonna be picked up by Blacklist International. The term Ube strat made by Blacklist International actually stands for Ultimate Bonding Experience, where all 5 players come together to pressure any area in the Land of Dawn. Maybe for all of our new viewers out there, and especially because we have invited the Western scene here at MSC, you probably have heard Ube being talked about so much. This is actually the inspiration behind it, and it's a delicacy in the Philippines.
It's delicacy, or some may say sweet potato, depending on what particular language in Southeast Asia you're utilizing. But yes, at the end of the day, it's all about being as 5, as a literal complete unit, which is what Blacklist International continue to show pure level of, high level of polish on it. And we do see the Melissa as well as the Akai. It's clear that FIMP are making sure that they don't want them to disengage from their combo. But that's the thing, right? Does FIMP want to make sure that they double down on the combo components, initiating combo components rather than the payoffs, or disengage?
It seems like they are trying to commit now on to a priority ban for Wise. They're trying to shut him down here. Thing is, though, I think they might be, if they completely tunnel vision on the jungler, Wise is going to bring the Valentina into the jungle role, right? Again, if they tunnel vision too hard, it's going to be very dangerous. So maybe setting up for, even here, it's going to be very tough. The fact that they're on blue side, setting up for your gold lane matchup, if you go for a gold lane ban here, it's going to be really tough for you, because Blacklist will have easy access to just a good gold laner, as they are first pick in the second phase.
Very likely it's going to be a Beatrix from Blacklist International. They have played it many times, and it's just going to be working time and time again. Held the, I guess we can say, the snipe legend right now. It doesn't make sense for Owl to just kind of like take it, or rather just not play it when it's available for him?
I mean, especially since he's got
Oh,
momentum, right? Oh, wow. Yes, so FIMP,
Abstract.
they are, again, both you and Abstract as well as FIMP have done their homework. I mean,
yeah.
Miracle called it. They are targeting Wise. They're making sure that he feels uncomfortable as possible, but we might see those adjustments that we were expecting to see, right? I would like to see... I would very much like to see a Lancelot get picked up
Alright.
at some point of time, or maybe even Assassin from Wise, but that really depends on what the coaches are letting their players gain.
Oh, what if this is the time where we see the Ghetto Catcher that we have been looking for as the jungler for Blacklist International?
Double large AoE CC composition?
I think it's well, it is something that you can think of, but I think the more reliable pick here, if they actually want to go for a weird jungler, not want to flex the Valentina into the jungle, it's just the Guinevere. We've seen it before. Might actually just see it again here for Blacklist International. They need a bit more CC to go and play around that Minotaur for synergy, but okay, Flux Impunity taking the Brody away, trying to replicate the same matchup. Blacklist forced onto them with a Grok as well. Finally, we see the Grok in the knockout stage.
I wonder what the interaction will be with you if you lay down the ultimate of the Novaria with the, of course, with the torn apart memory. Does it actually trigger the vision, right?
Wait.
Maybe that's the case. So
No way they go Aldous, right?
no.
Actually, that's not too bad. At least with Aldous in the way that Wise likes to play in that full tank build, generally can pretty much out-sustain a majority because, again, Arlet's not going to have enough damage. Novaria, unless it's at max rage, is only going to hurt. Bane, even then, most of the time he's only coming afterwards.
Wait,
Valentina jungle. Valentina jungle.
Okay. Which, by the way, is very scary because in a big team fight around the objectives, what you do now is to copy the Bane ultimate, and you're gonna be A-okay, right? As the Valentina, you have so much damage with the deadly catch together with your combo. You just take out the neutral objectives. You know, this is an important match for sure for Flux Impunity. They are now facing elimination. They deployed Lunar. He's gonna be playing the Novaria this time. Is this gonna be enough?
I don't know. I think this is going to be a tough one. There are going to be some clear holes here for Blacklist International, but these are very small holes, and this early phase is going to be extremely important for FIMP.
And technically speaking, this is a completely new, or rather different kind of game plan that FIMP has faced before. So how exactly is going to be, how are they going to be expecting to play into this game here in the Land of Dawn, potentially the last game. Game number 3 between Blacklist International and FIMP.
Into the Land of Dawn we go, and yes, match points. This could just be the end for Flux Impunity's tournament lives. Again, reminding everyone back at home, single elimination bracket, no second chance. As throwing the limited fight here up in the XP lane, Venus, Yua, and Edward, early rotation to get you at level 2 to maybe force an invade, but Cura is able to clear out the waves fast enough, and Apex 47 deals with the mid wave quite well too.
Down by the bomb site, at the very least, Apex is making sure that he's utilizing that Guardian's barrier to kind of slow down the waves and help them kind of get a comfortable laning phase, quickly get that level 2 as early as possible with minimal interactions whatsoever. Now, coming over to the Lethal Wanderer, I don't think this is going to be the biggest deal in the world, but my big issue is the fact that Yue is back on this Eve, and he's quite the powerhouse on it too.
Now, Blacklist International's early game composition has got a lot of magical damage that we can expect. Both Yue, Edward, as well as Wise, they all dish out really good magical damage. As such, FIMP is very likely going to target more onto magical defense. This is where Owl might actually be able to come online a little bit earlier because FIMP put the itemization and put a lot of priority into magical defense while their physical defense is pretty much neglected.
I mean, we say that, but even now, as we look at the lanes, I'm seeing that Sunshine current level 2 compared to Owl already at level 3. It's about that control, right? Sunshine needs to win out this lane, and he needs to win it hard. And this is not even from outside influence. The 1v1 is extremely important, and this, we need to make sure, right? We are already seeing the first items come on through. We see the pants coming in from that Brody, and from the Beatrix, it's going to be that Fury Hammer. So naturally, we are expecting Owl to make sure that he continues to dominate and control this wave as long as he possibly can.
The 1v1 fight will stay for quite a bit of time. Blacklist International is already positioning themselves, preparing for this turtle fight. However, one thing that they do not know is that Cura is just right around the corner, in which...
Oh, Final Slash, Deadly Catch, everything thrown at Blacklist International, Wise is going to fall there, and it's going to be Kira who picks up the turtle. Now they're going to look for some more invaders. Venus walks up, has a bit of fury, now locking him down in the real world of manipulation as Edward comes through as well. It's a combo, and it's a deadly one as Yue picks up a double kill to respond to that play over.
That's so good. I mean, people tend to forget, yes, the first initial knock-up coming in from the Minotaur feels bad, but then when you follow it up with the Minoan Fury, and then you go for another knock-up once again, you are just locked down for at least 4 seconds straight. It is not a fun time at all, but finally, at least for FIMP, they're recognizing that they have to play towards their win conditions, right? They got it. Oh!
Final Slash. Those are some resets right now with Vengeance, but Alien loses all of his mana. Is forced to back away as Wise clears out his purple buff. One level lead still without the turtle. He's still holding on to it as that's a good Astral Sphere shot at Yue.
I thought initially, when they were trying to go for the initiation onto the turtle, it started out great. They managed to steal the turtle, number one. They managed to get a kill down on the Blacklist International as well. However, FIMP kind of seems as though they got their full sense of security, whereby they are a number ahead. They should be able to continue a fight onto Blacklist International, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be that way, because Blacklist International just didn't use that much ultimate after all. And once they had got the Minoan's Rage out, they pretty much got it pretty nicely.
I mean, the way that they're rotating across the map, they're just making sure that Owl is going to be pressured on the bottom side, right? Again, these neutral objectives generally aren't going to be touched. And Kira, the fact that he's so far away, let's double check on his levels in comparison to Wise. He's currently 6-6. Okay, so that's totally fine, right? Even levels. Again, a volatile matchup here that really depends on how much farm that you're going to get from that mid lane. So as long as FIMP, and especially if Oh My Venus is going to control this lane, Apex 47 has a lot of work on his hands in terms of not only clearing the waves, but opening up the map.
The goal lane is relatively even. The only good thing about the fact that the only good thing goes over to FIMP, whereby they manage to get a little bit of the energy turret. But the second turtle is not going to go anywhere close to the gold laners. Blacklist International will still want to get themselves the priority up onto the turtle, while FIMP positions themselves, readies themselves for the grand opportunity to allow Kira to jump in.
Alien with a final splash, real world inflation comes down, so Edward's going to be able to find the turtle, but in the midst of it all, it's still going to be a good fight right now for Flux Impunity, getting Yue down, but Alien now with a vengeance. Now, so many resets onto the back. They keep that lead. Lunar unable to connect on that Astral Sphere. And again, it's Flux Impunity just equalizing on board.
They get a kill. They don't get the turtle, but that's totally fine, right? The turtle is just a side objective compared to what they really want to focus on, and that is going to be Kira power farming as hard as he possibly can. And Apex, on the other hand, he needs to get some defensive items, but he's a roamer, right? Top side. Look at Alien go. First turret about to fall.
Kira engaged on right now. Edward jumping in forward. Deadly catch. Is thrown out to disengage, and Flux Impunity, they will just respect this. They will go for turrets, a siege.
They actually focus more onto the EXP lane rather than the gold lane, right? I thought that most of the time they would want to unlock the Brody a little bit earlier and try to keep the Beatrix in the lane, or perhaps put him in uncharted territory, trying to overextend just to farm out the waves a little bit longer.
I mean, I would agree with that point, but it's all about finding the holes, and I think at least
the holes
for
were top.
Yeah, the holes were on that top side,
right.
And FIMP, for the very first time, actually having a gold lead on their side, it looks good, right? At least things are changing up here in game number 3, especially the match point against Blacklist International. Now, we're not seeing the lane swap happen just yet, right? They're making sure that they get an early push on that top side at the very least, and then start rotating for this potential 4v5 in about 30 seconds or so.
Venus again with a Venus Fury. Venus Rage popped in, and that's going to be the combo right there with a real world inflation locking him in place as well. Kira with a deadly catch, trying to disengage. One more shot will do it. You are moving forward, but Sunshine finds a turtle memory, and Lunar snipes Wise from downtown. A 2 for 2. Jungler for Rome, and Rome for mid.
Not bad, not bad. FIMP really turning up the heat against Blacklist International.
Oh, the Filipino sniper to the new one. Finds 2 basic attacks. Yue just cleans him up.
I think he definitely wasn't expecting to see Yue hiding in that bush over there. By the time he responded, it was already too late.
He finally misses.
Yeah.
Finally. The second time, or rather the third time, I believe Blacklist International will be able to get a little bit of that, the priority on the turtle. They're constantly trying to engage, or rather just keep themselves sticking onto the turtle, dance around a little bit, stay themselves in the 50 line. They do not want to have FIMP to cross this region anymore, especially since FIMP would want to get information as much as possible.
Oh, Elgin with the final splash onto the back right now, just disrupting the formation with the real world manipulation, locks them in place. You're still able to kite away right now, Deadly Catch just does the damage. Now Sunshine is here for a cleanup, but he's not able to find the range on the rest of the members from Blacklist International. That does, however, give Flux Impunity more room, unless Edward steals it away. Retribution just to play it safe from Cura.
Oh my goodness, can we talk about the fact that if UA didn't have an Ice Queen's wand, that would have been detrimental. Like, I think that FIMP would have walked Blacklist all the way down to their tier 2s and taken away their purple buff at the same time. Cura is a lot stronger than what people imagine.
Oh, Vengeance popped in, Sunshine will just disappear, burst it down.
Absolutely devastating from the side of FIMP. They managed to get 2 turtles and 2 turrets so far. They're on an 800 gold lead, even though they're just pretty much losing in terms of kills, which is not necessarily that important. The turrets is what we are looking out for. Blacklist International now finds a hole up in the northern side. They get the turret down.
That's the wild charge, the lockdown as well from Alien. That should be a free kill. Venus might just be next, but oh, brilliant wall to lock Venus down right now as Alien goes in for the slash once again with the final slash, is able to lock him down. Now Wise with the final slash by himself as well, saving the queen, but not for long. It's still just going to be a 1-for-1. Roamer traded in. Meanwhile, always, now with this comp, Flux Impunity are always looking to punish.
Yep. One of the funny interactions that, again, it may not necessarily be important at certain times, but the fact is, with Lunar's ult, the Astral Echoes makes your hitbox slightly bigger. There is collision in this game, so when you do have the Nature's Barrier, there are times where you might misjudge the actual size of your hero, meaning that you might be spazzing out in between spaces at certain moments. And, I mean, I don't know how big of a deal it's going to be later on into the game, but it's just a fun little tidbit.
I think this is probably the first time FIMP has managed to get quite a bit of edge onto Blacklist International. Albeit it's only 1,000 gold, but the control of the map is heavily tilted towards in the favor of FIMP. Blacklist International would want to find more ways to open things up. They will want to allow the Owl to continue to go on the farm. FIMP probably just want to hold the waves out a little bit more towards the 50 line and wait for the perfect chance to take the Lord.
I mean, considering how these team fights have been going, right? I think, you know, Alien has been doing a phenomenal job, not only buying time, but disrupting the backline at crucial moments, in a matter of fact, allowing the rest of the FIMP members to kind of walk in and set it up, right? 3 full seconds is all they need, and 3 full seconds could be the difference maker between winning a fight and losing a fight against Blacklist International around neutral objectives.
The itemization here from Blacklist International is very, very intelligent. They understand that Flux Impunity, they just have the better comp when it comes down to an all-in. So they are actually building Wise, especially here, for Glowing One. So he's going for these prolonged team fights instead of just the burst that we naturally usually look at for Valentina.
They want to hurt them, right? They want to go in and out of these fights, but at the end of the day, they still are a little ult dependent. Oh my Venus, again, once that ult is down, the rest of FIMP are coming in hot. Almost catching them off, making sure that they're playing the space. Again, this Lord Dance, very, very versatile for Blacklist International, but FIMP, I think this is where they back off completely.
That's dangerous. No wild charge.
This kind of seems as though Blacklist International doesn't really have a lot of beefy front line, right? They do have a lot of damage onto their arsenal, albeit most of that is magical damage. Oh my Venus is the only one that can pretty much open up the map to some extent.
Vengeance popped in. Sunshine should be dead. No wild charge to peel, to cover. Now Edward's trying to run away, getting the healing as well as Venus just body blocks all the way in the front. That's a 3 gold lane pickoff for Blacklist International as they look towards the Lord. Now only 11 minutes, so it's still going to be the first Lord of the game. No enhanced. Deadly catch now by Cura. It's going to be responded over. 6 sharks in the building. Then it's range and the mirror's Bastion. Cura's going to be bursted down. Meanwhile, the back right now, Alien tries to go for the steal, but Wise just absolutely belts Apex. Sound like it's nothing. Alien's trying to run away. The Lord was secured as well by Blacklist International. Venus flickers forward, finding the stun. US slows him down, and final flash comes through as well. Alien's still able to sustain for now. That's the stun from downtown. Owl finds it. Venus soaks in the Astral Sphere like it's nothing, and Blacklist reclaim the gold lead.
I remember you were talking about not having a beefy front line. They literally have a cow right in front of them each and every time, taking the shots. And it's great to see that Oh My Venus is not just, you know what, we have to play the fundamentals when we can push an advantage. Even the Queen is willing to flicker forward without her ultimate.
It's a very different experience, right? Looking at the fact that Oh My Venus is the front line and the only technically the front beefy line. And we have seen other teams try to pull it off, but it just seems like they don't have enough defenses. They can't push out far enough. And this seems like this is absolutely the true Blacklist experience, where you just need a single front line of Oh My Venus to really gather yourself and to reclaim the lands that you have lost.
I mean, they're reclaiming everything. They're taking every single buff, every single camp, all the outer turrets pretty much at the same time and focusing on top of as well as mid.
How are they going to defend this right now? Well, it's only the first Lord, so with the Deadly Catch, it's going to be another Deadly Catch response from Wise. Good shot onto Yua with the Astral Sphere. Final Flash comes down, but it's only on the 2 members, and Dominion Fury comes down as well. That's only Alien knocked up, though. Now Sunshine still free, hitting with a Total Power Memory. Used for poke. Another Astral Sphere gets thrown out. The Blacklist International, their sustain is honestly there for them to just be comfortable.
I mean, this is going to be... they just managed to get the first Lord, and trying to clear all of the outer turrets is going to be their main part of the game. They did manage to bring the inhibitor turret low. Hold on.
Alien might just be bursted down. Oh, he goes for Lord!
What?
And he's going to be slain. Meanwhile, wild charge, flicker combo from Apex 47, but no one's there to follow it up. Apex might just fall right now from the burst. Coming down. Edwards dashing forward. Apex still able to survive. Blacklist International choose to back away. They will take the dub with the Alien pickoff.
I could feel it. I could feel the leash being pulled around Edward. It's like, no, Edward, I know you got the electrify beats. You gotta sit back, relax, and take it slow. Notice that he already has plenty of items on his side. He's been farming mighty fine.
Wow. They time it so well to find that. Cura, his orange buff is stolen away, now slowed down by Yua, and Edward comes through with some damage. Blacklist International, 1-man advantage. They can use this, or they can choose to just play the discipline route. 20 seconds for the Lord. Why risk it?
I mean, there is still the second-tier defense turret at the bottom lane, right? Eventually, if they do get the second Lord, they can just push it all down in one fell swoop. The top lane inhibitor turret has gone down, so it's we pretty much know the Lord will pillage us up top. Then they will take the middle lane and the bottom lane in tandem. That way, FIMP would have not a lot of answers to work with. Blacklist International just need to take things a little bit slowly. They do have the Minotaur to keep up with the sustainability. So Blacklist International, it is all about discipline and just holding themselves back.
I don't know. It's looking really, really bleak for FIMP. What used to be a lead now is turned into a 5.3k gold lead for Blacklist International. And I mean, they can hold them hostage, literally.
Apex 47 forced to use the wild charge, but it does not matter. Wise just tears him apart as Alien now will take a huge chunk of damage on his health bar. Free Lord conceded. Blacklist International all across the board.
I'm telling you, this is how you hold people hostage. You sit around these neutral objectives. Ooh, come, please, try and steal this away from me. Try to initiate. Oh no, I'm looking so tantalizing right now. And that's when you punish them, cutting them down one by one, making sure that you take away their toes and their fingers before they even get remotely close. And now, as they walk up into the base, they're down a man. But at the end of the day, once they start losing these inhibitor turrets, there's nothing that FIMP can realistically do to clear these ways effectively.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me! That's Blacklist International's way to play the game right now with the Lord Dance. And yes, it is true. That's exactly what they've been able to do. And Flux Impunity, they've just been caught again and again through the same thing. And again, it's Owl threading the needle through Alien Lunar, this time finding Sunshine in the back.
The Lord is eventually going to make his way in, and Blacklist International is pretty much trying to defend this as much as possible while trying to get the middle lane pushing in at the same time. Apex 47 managed to slow things down by a tad little bit, but Blacklist International, they are not really jumping right in anytime.
Blacklist sieging the base down. So simply, so calm, so stone cold, it doesn't even feel like they're in any danger. Flux Impunity, right now, while Blacklist were calling an ambulance, I think now they're calling their plane.
Yep, I mean, this is where it gets really brutal, right? And I think even for FIMP, they have to play very... Oh, no, Cura. Cura, he's in a lot of trouble now.
Oh, that's a snipe from Owl. That's another also Astral Sphere locking Owl down, but he is able to just sustain back up. He's going to be able to steal, life steal away. Oh, that's another Alien. Gets picked off just like that. 2 members fall. You don't even see it. You blink and you miss it.
That's why patience is a virtue.
Game of capitalizing mistakes. That's what Blacklist International is looking out for. Play slow, play quick, because they know FIMP, they will make a mistake for Blacklist International to push right on in.
And a minion. Gonna be cleared out, but there's another wave coming down in the mid lane. How do they clear this one? Apex 47 first it down! Pops the wild charge, Sunshine tries to make a play, but the base will be gunned down! A Minion Fury onto the back. Blacklist International. Untouchable. Unstoppable.
They're looking mighty fine right now. So clean. I would agree with them. Just use your wild charge at that point. Don't even need to flicker out of it. The end is here. W for win, V for victory. Blacklist International are going to be knocking out their opponents in FIMP from Turkey. GG, well played, Blacklist International.
A 0-3 series for the entirety of today. I would have thought that will be...
And there you have it, guys. Blacklist again with a 3-0. Man, even in their last game, they were dominating the whole time. And this is just a different Black. Prime Black. Ooh, Renegade. Which one was Renegade there? Was Renegade there? What the heck? Was Renegade there? I didn't notice. Who was Renegade on that last one? Did he play? Anyways, guys, that's it. We're gonna be back tomorrow for another MSC match. We're gonna check which of them is gonna be playing. But to be expected, man. I mean, it was kind of expected for Black to win. But like I said, we would like to see some underdogs winning these fights. So, thank you, guys. We will be back again tomorrow. Ooh, hot babes. Are those hot babes? Yeah, I think they're hot babes. Yeah, props to Fimp. Actually putting up a bit of a fight on the last match. Who will fight tomorrow? I will have to check. Aniket, I love you as well, man. Fimp got crucified. Well, they are fighting against Black, man. You have to remember this is Blacklist. Previous champion even put up simp in your voice video before you end. Simp in your voice video? Are we gonna simp for Mara? Well, who else are we gonna simp for? Yeah. To be honest, to put it bluntly, Fimp got destroyed by Blacklist. But still, even on their last one. Oh, let's listen to Venus. Wait.
Versus Flux Impunity.
He feels that it's because they got the right mix of their strategy against Flux Impunity. Now, what can you say about your opponent? You've seen them before in the World Tournament. You were able to face them now. What can you say about them? And any last words for them?
We respect Flux Impunity. That's why we really give our 100% versus them. So, to my soul sister, Valgal Sep, I hope to see you on M5. And good luck on your journey.
Okay, you translate first, and then I will sum up. What is it?
V was saying that he has a huge amount of respect for them. And to his soul sister, good luck and see them next time.
Okay.
He actually said it in
Why did the guy wanted to translate? Venus was already speaking in English. The guy said translate. So anyways, yeah, Venus is actually close to the other member of the Fimp Turkey, which she calls Soul Sister. They were actually close. So that's it, guys. We will be back. We're done simping. Hopefully, we see Mara again tomorrow. Do you think Blacklist is going to sweep? With how things are looking, maybe. But remember, there's also Onyx. There's also Onyx out there. And Echo. So thank you, guys. We will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, outro. We're gonna have to say outro. Outro. Here we go. Sige, yok. Here we go. Outro. So what can you say about that match? Do you like Mara's new outfit? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for simping with me. Bye-bye. Bye, Mara. Mara, bye-bye. See you on my dreams. See you on my dreams, Mara. Bye. Ooh, hot. Oh, that hot baby.